I got a lot of sense.
Welcome to episode 439 of For the Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hurd and Tim Kincaid in the building. We are wishing you a happy 53-man roster day to all those observed. I mean, this is a special day to all the players that made it. This is the initial roster update, so it's not the final, but this is the initial roster update. There might have been a couple curveballs, but if you've been listening to the podcast the last couple weeks, we were pretty close. We had some of these things down to the traded wide receiver 3 to be on that part of that group. We had guys like James Bradbury on our final 53, which is a taboo subject these days. But overall, I just think I want to congratulate these guys who made the roster, because anytime you make it an NFL roster, you got to hat tip these guys, the Van Sumerens of the world,
Thomas Booker,
the McCollums of the world.
Yep.
I mean, Evan, are you excited for the guys that made it so far?
I mean, that's got to be an awesome feeling, dude. I mean, that's something that a lot of these guys, they work their entire life towards, and then you finally make that cut. Yeah, I mean, you made the team. There's no better feeling, I'm sure, and I'm sure that the bank account looks a lot better too once you make the team. I mean, those guys all got to be pretty excited. But yeah, like Gal said, I mean, I feel like we kind of had an eyeball on a lot of these guys. I mean, I'm looking at the list from our last podcast when we were predicting the 53, and a lot of the names on there. The Ben Van Sumerens, like you said, all the way down to phantom injuries, like Anaya Smith. We kind of sat there and thought to ourselves, what's something that Howie Roseman does time after time when he likes a player or is still early in development, and then just isn't enough space on the roster. All of a sudden, they end up having some injury that's going to put him out for some time out of nowhere. And Anaya Smith looks like, I hope he feels better. Hope he's getting better on the men there.
Yeah, no doubt. I will have to say this, and I'm gonna congratulations to the guys that made the team. But those guys that got released or waived, we feel for them. I know how it feels to be released from something that you love. So definitely want to give shout outs to those guys. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, the hard sweat and tears, blood, everything, you gave it your all. So I definitely just want to talk. I don't want to talk about guys and disrespect them as regular Jones, but I understand, because your family's involved. When you move, your significant other moves, your kids move, stuff like that. So definitely want to give a shout out to those guys. Also, there's opportunity somewhere else. You know what I mean? And on top of that, and this the roster, the dust hasn't settled on this roster. 24 hours, it could be way different, and so we'll see what's up. But yeah, congratulations to the guys that made the squad.
Rob's already voicing his opinion. He says Ricks McCollum shouldn't be on there, Van Zimmerman too. But I mean, again, we talk about special teams, guys that on the back end of the roster have to be involved. Josh Jobe was a guy that we thought, as a special team player, who's the better cornerback with upside. Maybe they felt like Eli Ricks was that guy, or potentially trade bait. I know that they said that Bradbury might have been a potential trade bait. McLean just put out a post about that they were trying to trade him, but I'm just trying to figure out what it is that they waiting for another cornerback to go down with injury. I'm not sure, but again, I like him as depth. The interesting move about McMahon not making the squad.
Kennard, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
I mean, Kennard,
that whole situation is weird. Who's our backup center?
I mean, you have Dickerson that plays center too.
Yeah, but I mean, to Tim's point, why are you gonna mess up a good thing? That's too much shifting around. Like Dickerson is. I know that he was originally in college. He was a center. I know that he was drafted kind of with that possibility in mind that he could play center after Kelsey. But I mean, he's the left guard now. Like, that's just his position. He's got years of reps next to Jordan Mailata. That's just where he's situated. I wouldn't want to move things around at all.
Peasy says he's glad that they kept Bradbury, to be honest. Dylan chimes in from Boise as always. He says, does anyone know how Sid Brown is recovering. I need those medicals. He's a pup tart. That means he's on the pup list. So you won't see him for the first 4 games. Obviously, he's been running full speed on the sideline. I did see him running on the sidelines at NovaCare. A lot of beat writers have been saying that the movement's been there. He's taking mental reps, but obviously you want to wait and see what he's got.
From the
ACL, so.
Yeah, and it was late in the season as well. Obviously, a guy that you wanted you're hoping that he was going to be able to go. Like I said a few months ago, there was reports of him running around, looking better, but you just want to be absolutely sure. And with getting GJ back here, that definitely bought us some time and some availability, and not really pressuring, Sid Brown to have to come back anytime soon. Although we want him back, So hope that he's available after on the 5th game there.
Yeah, was very shocking, and I was hearing something about they were talking about Trevor Keegan. He's good at this. Keegan's actually good at center too, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
I mean
he's a guard, but they're saying like interior. He's good. It's just I was shocked. I was shocked with the.
But aren't you going to trust Stoutland?
I do. I was just shocked. That's all.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, give that to Stoutland. One of the guys we talked about, Rack Shack's talked about, EJ Jenkins. That was a guy that we kind of had pinned if the Eagles were going to keep a 3rd tight end, maybe him, but they only end up keeping 2. You guys kind of surprised by that, or?
I thought EJ Jenkins displayed like he all the effort in the world to actually be on the bubble and be part of the process, like to almost make it. But I always did kind of feel like it was a bubble type situation, not being like he was locked. I mean, in our we had him actually making the tight end when we put it out. This is what we had. We had a Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra, Evans' son. We had then EJ Jenkins, but obviously we got 2, and now another guy that we know, Jack Stoll, got released by the Giants. Is that something?
Everybody keeps talking about him.
Well, I mean, if they feel like Jack Stoll was a better option than EJ Jenkins, then you'll see Jack Stoll on the sign.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I saw, and there's no way for this not to be disrespectful, but I saw Jack Stoll on the field for multiple years, and I didn't see anything over that time that tells me that I shouldn't try something else in EJ Jenkins.
Sure.
And now
I'm with you. I was basically going to say the same thing. I'm with you.
Now there was an update on Albert O. People were saying that he is an injury actually. So when people were saying that he got cut, he's actually
he's on the IR.
He's placed on the IR and designated for return, along with our boy Anaya Smith. Anaya Smith, great kid. We met him. Great energy. I remember at the beginning of the year, we were like, the YouTube page. And then we were like, shut down the YouTube page. Let's make sure you're focused. And it just became a point of like, all right, man, I'll make some plays. But let's go over the position by position. Now, we originally quarterbacks, we had Jalen Hurts, Kenny Pickett, Tanner McKee. We all got that one right. Everyone was agreed upon that, even in the chat. I think Kenny Pickett, Tanner McKee battle in preseason. Tanner McKee won that. I think Kenny Pickett. It's like when that kid in high school makes a roster because his father's like part of the boosters club. This type of situation. Right? You're like we're gonna keep him at 2 right now, but Tanner McKee is that hot, up and coming prospect that should be that QB2. Or you guys think any Jameis Winston's out there, and then Tyler Huntley from the Browns, who I would one of these guys.
And in a cool tone, kind of saying what I'm thinking there. If Tanner McKee is showing that he, kind of can be more efficient in this offense than Kenny Pickett, then honestly, why not just trade Pickett at that point? See what you can get for him, and you don't have to do it immediately. I mean, you could kind of wait for a situation, just like how he likes to be patient and pounce when the time is right. And so, if there ends up being a quarterback that ends up going down, it happens every year. There's 32 teams.
Yeah.
So if there ends up being a team that ends up going down and they want to just take a shot at Kenny Pickett and throw a couple picks at us, why not deal him off?
You see, what's the name got traded from? The guy that got traded from
Malik Willis to Green Bay.
Green Bay.
7th round
but
pick.
also he played for Arizona. He got traded from the Falcons. He just got
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, he got released.
Yo, bro, did you see the commercial?
Oh yeah.
Him. He was doing DoorDash.
DoorDash? He's DoorDash.
I mean, it's funny because it's we were down there at the Senior Bowl and Ritter was down there, Willis was down there, and Pickett was down there. All three of those guys are on their second team.
They're on the second team, right.
And I remember having conversations with guys down there. They're like, "I think Malik Willis better than Hurts." Like,
yo,
I was like, stop.
Yo,
Please.
shout out to our guy Chris, baby. But he was, oh my god! Every time I talk to Chris, Malik Willis. I'm like, bro, like, and then I'm looking at tape. I'm like, am I looking at the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, he was he had a cannon. The mobility was there, but he hasn't shown anything yet.
I think it's mentally. I don't think he is mentally there yet. But I mean, hopefully he can get a redo with the Packers, and I think Jordan Love are actually friends. So
AJ Dillon, speaking of Packers, they just put him on the IR.
Yeah, and Marshawn Lloyd.
He's on the IR.
He's on IR. He's not going to be starting. Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah,
Marshawn Lloyd.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Dillons from my hometown. So praying for AJ. Moving right along to the running back position. This was off the Heezy. We like Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Gainwell, Will Shipley, correctamundo.
Easy.
We did have to talk nicely to Tim because he was in his feelings about
Davis Price,
the Jag All-Star. All-Star.
Come on, yo, bro. Let's be respectful.
I'm just saying.
Call him a Jag. Come on, be respectful.
But I mean, an old Eagle that left the nest. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. Boston Scott ended up getting let go from the Rams.
And guess what? Guess who he signed with? Yeah, this time with the Steelers.
Yep.
Nice. Let's see. Tyrone asked, "Did we trade for a backup quarterback?" Not yet.
I think everybody wants to pick it out, huh?
Donovan's like, "Man, Crunchberry and Gainwell must know something you don't know." Yo, Gainwell is come on, Donovan. We're talking about a 5th round pick. He is. This is
not like Gainwell.
Yo, Gainwell is not Donnell Pumphrey, who was drafted in the 4th round.
Yeah, who never played.
Because put your hand up if you saw Gainwell outperform Miles Sanders in the Super Bowl. Okay. Declan says, "Hope the O-line can handle Washington this year."
Yeah, I think we can. I'm confident about our O-line. To be honest with you.
In a cool tone, really, we should ask this question to Evan, your thespian partner. Hennessy did not make the team. How are you feeling?
Stage right, man. I mean,
wow.
that's tough.
Wow.
It's no disrespect. I mean, like you said, this was a guy that, like Tim was saying in the beginning, about everyone should feel proud of themselves. He was drafted in the 3rd round, man. It's a pretty cool accomplishment in life. I hope he is able to land on his feet on another roster. But he's already got himself an NFL contract. He's already won the NFL. I'm sorry, the life lottery.
Hennessy is a strong drink.
That's a good point.
But not the player. Helena says they bring him back. Getting the band back together. Speaking of the tight end position, we talked about the tight end position, which we also got wrong by one.
Didn't see them just keeping two. And honestly, like as we sit here thinking about that, I mean, both guys that have had problems with injuries in their careers. Is there any kind of thing that you worry about with that?
This is what I would say is there's no way that they're going into the season with two tight ends. There's no way.
Something's got to move the needle.
Yeah, something's got to be moving. So, and if you count the roster spot, there's only 50 guys that made the team. So they got 3 more spots to fulfill. So
it's actually the 50-man update. Should I change? I actually didn't know. Looking at the offensive line, we had Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jerkins, Mekhi Becton, Lane Johnson. We got Brett Tothrom. We got then we had Fred Johnson, Tyler Steen. We had Trevor Keegan. Then we had Dylan McMahon. So Kennard and who else made it? Toth didn't make it.
Yep.
Who was the other line? We had 9 linemen that made it.
Dylan didn't make it.
Yeah.
So Dylan McMahon would be interesting. Younger prospect. Can he make it on the practice squad? Practice squad, what, 16 players?
I believe so.
Oh.
Don't you guys? You think he'll make it through the practice squad?
I do.
I'd like to say, but all these other teams are like, well, if Stout was high on him, let's take it. And then he signed my helmet, so I'm like, you know what? He signed my helmet.
I don't know, man. I mean, I heard a stat. I don't remember the exact number of it, but there's like over 1,000 players that end up getting released, and I think it was under 100 that end up actually getting signed. So
let's see, edge rusher. We had Brandon Graham. Let's see, what do we have, Ev? And I'll read you off what we actually have.
On our edge rushers, we've got Brandon Graham, Bryce Huff, Jalix Hunt, Patrick Johnson, Nolan Smith, and Josh Sweat.
So you got that one correct. Why don't we move? I mean, there's no questions about there. I think linebacker. What do we have at linebacker?
We have got Zach Bond, N'Kobe Dean, Jeremiah Trotter, BVS, and Devin White.
Another position group. Correct, Evan?
Yes, that is correct.
Now, defensive backs. We had Reed Blank. Safety and cornerback. What do we have, F?
Safety and cornerback. We have Reed Blankenship, James Bradbury, Cooper DeJean, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Avante Maddox, Tristan McCollum, Quinyon Mitchell, Eli Ricks, Keely Ringo, Isaiah Rogers, and then Slay.
That's what we had?
No, I was reading off with the...
I thought he was reading off the 53.
I've been reading off the 53-man roster of people that actually made it.
Oh, was you saying reading off what we had?
No, we had what our initial cornerback was. We had Darius Slay, Cooper DeJean, Isaiah Rogers, Keely Ringo, Quinyon Mitchell. We left off Ricks in that situation. Safety, we had Reed Blankenship, CJ. We had Avante Maddox and James Bradbury making it. So
we only in the defensive backs we only anticipated keeping 9 between the cornerbacks and safety, while 11. They ended up keeping 11. So they went heavy there. I guess Eli Ricks.
I think, but I'm gonna tell you something right now.
They didn't want to let him go.
I'm sorry, my bad. I think they kept 11 because those 11 of those D-back, the DBs, they won't make the practice squad. They would get plucked off the squad or get picked up off waivers or released, whatever. So that's why I think they kept 11 guys. But I don't see at least 2 of those guys not dressing up when game time.
I think that I'm really thinking that like one of those guys ends up getting traded.
Oh, okay.
Might end up being the move. I mean, Eli Ricks, I think that he's a guy that you want to protect from your practice squad, but you look at all the cornerbacks that are ahead of him on this depth chart. Like, where's he really going to poke through?
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, and I'm
so
like, he's
I
not
like
getting playing time over a lot of them, bro.
exactly. So I kind of sit here and I'm like, do they hold him from going to the practice squad so he doesn't get plucked strictly so they could trade him?
Potentially. There's an update. Howie Roseman on his decision to keep James Bradbury. So James always has had really good football instincts. When you see him play safety every day here and see his ability to diagnose his football instincts, I think for all of us, that's a transition. That's a different position than playing outside corner. He's got a skill set. It's a long season. We already know that he's had a tremendous success in the league playing outside corner as well. With the goals that we have for this football team, having a veteran player like that on the roster that we know can rely on when called upon, we felt like it was important.
Yeah. I mean,
is that not for you, Ev? Does that?
No, I mean, like I'm going. Let's go through these 11 defensive backs, and how many of them are still on a rookie deal? Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean, Quinion, Eli Ricks, Keely Ringo, and Isaiah Rogers. Right? So that's 6 of them, and I'm not really against having a good mix of vets and younger guys. So having a guy like James Bradbury in here, who I know that he's transitioning and his days of outside corner are kind of behind him, but at least he has that NFL, like he knows how the league operates. He is another vet presence, whether he did well or not last year. I hope he just doesn't fall off a cliff. I think that they've seen enough of him throughout training camp that they think that he's worth keeping. So. Whether that's for a trade, like how I kind of said, and how Drew's kind of alluding here, maybe they're storing up cornerbacks to trade them. It's a possibility.
One or two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Howie's got to keep face when he's talking about Bradbury's worth. You can't be out here in the streets being like, well, no, you have to talk about it. Talk him up. I do think he's depth. Who would you feel more comfortable, Josh Jobe or? Either way, you got to pay for him, right?
I feel comfortable with Bradbury.
Josh Jobe at the very least. No disrespect to James Bradbury, Josh Jobe at least is bringing solid special teams reps. James Bradbury's not doing that at this point in his career.
No, and there's also guys on the street. You know what I mean?
A lot of releases today.
Yeah, a lot of releases. So it's kind of like a trade could happen, and we just get some picks, and then we pick somebody off the street.
Some people
Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I was saying some people are asking for Lewis Seen.
Yeah, Lewis Seen,
another Bulldog.
The Tennessee Titans corner was last year. I want to say last year. Like, there's all kinds of guys that were just released.
Lewis Seen snapped his leg a year ago. So we're talking about compound fracture. So when people are like, it's a name, it's a Georgia Bulldog, very enticing. But Lewis Seen, I was checking out the Vikings pages, and they were like, he's a bust. He needs more reps.
On the topic of NFC North safeties, I was talking to a buddy of mine last night who was a diehard Bears fan, and he's telling me about how good the Bears secondary is, and he's like, yeah, we stole one of your studs from last year. I'm like, who you talking about? He's talking about Kevin Byard. I'm like, did you watch this man at all in Philadelphia gear? I forgot he was on the team. You're talking about.
He had one good game. That was against Kansas City.
Dude,
that was it.
Struggled, man. You would talk about guys that fell off a cliff. Damn.
Pop says, admit it, Evan. Bradbury is your Huckleberry.
I never read the book. I don't know what that means.
Goddamn millennials. A Cool Tone says, as long as we can make room for me and Prime's guy when he returns, Reddit. The thing is, if you get him at a discounted rate and he loses so much money where he's like forced into like making it a thing, his situation, his people have not handled it well. Like they should have got that deal done,
bro.
I wouldn't have
Bro.
turned down that first offer if it was a multiple year. Like I
Bro.
would have.
Yeah.
He lost $4 million already. $4 million. Does he have $4 million in the bank just to give back? Because that's what he is.
Bro, he got money.
If it's $4 million.
There's no way you hold out like that if you don't got the money. To
Oh
do it.
my god! Oh my god! I'm crying. I'm crying.
Bob from Down Under says, interestingly, interchangeable position diversity. Fangio doesn't use those words, but how many guys is he moving around? I do think if I'm a team, I'm looking at Ricks. I'm looking at Bradbury for depth or like emergency type situation where I lost the cornerback. Some we were talking about the Cowboys. If you're looking to bring in some, because Deron Bland's out 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm not really, like if emergency type situation, Bradbury could be had. Burmy says McMahon, the center, must be coming back to be on practice squad. Eagles have no backup center. Hope he clears waivers. I mean, interesting they didn't cut Lovato just to protect him. But I think there's some moves happening. You saw Allen Robinson got cut today?
I did.
First of all,
but let's just shut that
Giants,
down before it even comes out. Like Allen Robinson has been a 2-pack of ass for years now, bro.
the funny thing is, Eagle fans have wanted Allen Robinson for years.
He's a Penn State guy. It's
I
the only
know.
reason.
Oh, please believe. No, I'm no, Penn State guy. But he had his chance to come. He would have probably played in the Super Bowl if he would have came here. He definitely would have been better than Quez Watkins. Actually, got cut today, by the Steelers. But yeah, I was like, what the heck? But Noah Brown is somebody to pay attention to.
No,
I
Brown,
will say, pay attention to that. Noah Brown.
You think about it too. I mean, he spent time with Dallas before Houston, and
Correct.
in Kellen Moore's offense. Noah Brown's definitely a guy. Talk about getting greedy at the wide receiver position. I know we just went and got Jahan Dotson, but you sprinkle a little Noah Brown in there too, bro.
I'm cool with it.
That's depth at wide receiver.
Do you think it's going to stay at this 5-guy wide receiver, fellas?
I mean, we've got
Do you think
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Johnny Wilson, Jahan Dotson, and Britton Covey. I mean, Britton Covey, I guess, is kind of the sore thumb there.
No, he's not.
He's no. What? You're mad because Nagata didn't make the team.
Nagata was your Huckleberry. What does that mean, bro?
That's crazy that you never seen Tombstone. That's wild. That's wild.
That's yeah.
What? I'm a black man. I've seen Tombstone.
I had no idea what it is.
Pete says 22 offensive players and 28 defensive players. What are y'all thoughts?
It has me thinking that they are. I mean, you have to also consider that a lot of these guys on the back end of the 53 are going to be special teams players. So regardless of their offense or defense, they're trying to get special teams guys in there. But you look at that disparity, it kind of tells me that we looked at how the cornerbacks they kept 2 more than we anticipated. I really think that we don't go into this season with 11 cornerbacks, and I think it makes more sense that we go in with possibly 6 wide receivers. No problem. Where you at?
For me, I think this is all about what did we struggle last year? We struggled on the back end.
Yeah,
and receiver depth. So what this tells me is we're top heavy now, but the depth is going to be important. It's imperative, especially in that secondary. The secondary is very, very, very important. That's why that room is so talented and so packed. We know what it is now. That's what it tells me. And I think a lot of people are actually kind of worried about the D-line. I think people are actually kind of worried about the D-line.
The chat, there's a lot of chat spamming going on here. Evan, Drew says, what? Never seen Tombstone? Crazy. Oh. One of my favorites.
When did this movie come out? Like what?
Oh my God. What?
David's like, Evan,
when did it come out?
I'm your Huckleberry means I can do that job. Bradbury can do that job for you.
Chat, can y'all help us out? When did Tombstone come out? I think
93.
Was it 90? It was the early 90s.
Yeah, 93.
Okay.
A West
Chat.
Yeah,
Is that a new term? Chat explaining.
Yeah.
Chat
My bad.
Chat explaining. Will
Yeah,
says, I've
never-
said for
Gail's
years
hilarious.
the defense is the issue. So more competition is needed. I just say, you drop a dog. We need a dog in there. We have Chauncey. We have Chauncey. I think Jalen Carter is a menace.
Mhm.
But like, who's going to be that other like dude that like?
You know who it is.
Oh, I'm asking.
Come on, Ev. You know who it is. Ev, you go ahead and tell them, Ev. You know who that
defensive
third guy?
tackles?
No, that dog. Like we have somebody else that's going to be. Hey, nah, you ain't coming in here. It's Devin White.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the line, bro.
Wait,
That's my bad.
I thought we were talking about attitude. Sorry,
I mean, I haven't seen that yet,
bro.
Nah, I mean, put some respect on the man's name, bro. He was
here. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, I think he's going to be able to transition, man.
All right.
It's one of those things think about Malcolm Jenkins when he came from the Saints. I mean, he was a leader there, and then he transitioned to be a leader here.
Mm-hmm.
Perk says, sign the Dominican Sue.
Yo, Ev got the chat mad as shit.
Shout out to the Sue family. Attending the tailgates. Katya. Shout out to Katya. Always a great part of the tailgate. She gave a bunch of alcohol at one tailgate, and everyone almost knocked over the DJ booth.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Will said, Evan said Huckleberry. I've never read that book.
Is Huckleberry Finn a book?
Yo, God.
Evan wasn't born yet, man.
Yeah, I was born in 94.
93? You weren't born yet?
Yeah, and then he's got then he has a Kurt Cobain t-shirt on.
That's facts. Yeah, but Kurt Cobain t-shirt, but you was, bro.
I'm not allowed to like earlier music. I'm more of a music guy than I am a movie guy.
He's like, I used to work at an old radio station. I used to listen to Toto, Africa, one of my favorite shows.
Oh man, the age gap with us is hilarious. That's all. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh man, I've seen Tombstone, but I don't remember Tombstone. I've seen it, I just don't really remember.
Bro, it's like a classic movie. That's like saying that you didn't watch Back to the Future.
I've seen Back to the Future. I don't really remember Back to the Future.
Jump on him, chat. Jump on him.
No, I've seen it.
Chat, jump on him, please. Chat, jump on him from sitting there saying that he doesn't know.
My brain is permanent.
If this baby goes to 88, we're in some serious shit. You know what I'm like? What? Are you serious?
Bro, my memory from learning draft prospects, histories and injury histories and red flags and all these little things I remember. My brain is permanently.
But did you see 1 and 2 and 3?
What?
Back to the Future.
I've seen all of them.
Okay, well, then we're good. Then we're good.
Helene's looking out for you, saying maybe go talk to a doctor.
Yeah, maybe. This is true. 843 Philly fan says, I'm with Tim. Devin White is out on a revenge tour. He's going to show everybody he's still like.
Hell yeah.
I'm not mad at the idea. I was just waiting for one of y'all to say somebody, put him on a pedestal.
Trot?
Dogging him?
Trot's got that dog in him, bro.
Okay.
Nah.
All right, cool.
It's way too early to be able to tell that.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to say it was way too early.
No.
I'm gonna give Quignon is a dog.
I think you have to put that in the
tone setter. He's a tone setter. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Preliminary dog. I'm gonna say I could
show him precursor signs.
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna say he's gonna say that route is trash.
Yeah, him being able to step in here and hold his own and talk. But did he really hold his own against? I mean, we talk about he trained against AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, as to be expected of guys that make big money in this league. It sounds like they kind of got the best of him throughout training camp. But he did as well as he could. He won a couple, but I mean,
That's good enough for me.
It's hard. It's hard being a DB in the NFL though. Like
yeah, totally.
You know, you're blessed if you can cover somebody more than 6 seconds. You're blessed.
Oh, of course, 6 seconds. I mean, that's a lifetime.
It's a lifetime. Help!
Shout out to Mark Bird in the chat. He says, "What's up, everyone? What did Evan do now?"
I didn't watch Tombstone.
He didn't watch Tombstone, Mark. He didn't know who Huckleberry is, bro.
Young Guns. Anyone watch Young Guns?
Young Guns. Oh, that's a dope movie.
Shout out.
What? Who am I hanging out with?
We got another primo here. Just Tim seen every movie.
Yo, who am I hanging out with? Yo,
Bert calls me Yacht Rock Ev. That's hilarious.
Who am I hanging out with? Like, what is going on?
Not that I celebrate moments where players get cut, but when there's number 27 is available.
You had some words for Zekman.
Yeah, you kind of on the mean side, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he was. He was kind of on the mean side, bro. Like,
Maybe,
you know what I'm saying? If this is high school, you be a bully.
Maybe not online, but offline. I felt good. But I'm not gonna like murder. Like a personal chat is you got to sign an NDA, man.
Whoa!
It's a
I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing.
It's a personal chat, man. Yeah, man. I remember the offensive line prospects back in 2012.
Yes, he does.
I'm telling you. I do believe, Jeremiah Trotter, he's got an opportunity to make his name on special teams. If you got to throw him in to the fire, I think he can handle his own. Instincts are there so far. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, his development is way further than where we thought it was going to be at this point in the game. I think that he is. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody saw the video that the Eagles put out today of like all the rookies and them kind of going through training camp, but he was really putting an emphasis on carving out his own path and for lack of a better term, stepping out of his father's shadow and just doing his own thing. And I mean, maybe it's bias. It was definitely bias in the fact of why we wanted him here, but I'll say that he's lived up to the pick. I think that for the way that our linebacker group looks right now, he's definitely going to get opportunities to show what he's worth.
Right. People are saying be nice in the chat. You might have seen a meme out on social media.
Exactly. That's what I was talking about.
I got a lot of people in the
grab him. Like you deboed him, B. Like you over here snatching change.
Some people were like,
"You want some too?" No, that's basically what you did.
People were like, "Too soon." I was like, "All right." I don't remember Zach.
Nah, he didn't do anything, bro. Man. He didn't do anything.
You don't wear.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you made that, I was dying laughing, and I was picturing, and I was just like, "Yo, that would be like me and Ev chilling on the porch, and you came in on your bike." You were like, "Yo, hey Smokey, let's go, Ev. Let's go in his house." And you got the $200, and he patted himself. Yeah, we got about like $200, and I was like, "What'd y'all get?" Got $200. He was like, "My $200."
Yeah, I
was like, "Damn, yeah."
This guy took the chat offline, online. Perk says Isaiah Rodgers is the dog. Okay.
No, I'm in on Isaiah Rodgers. I think that he definitely is going to have a lot of playing time and have a decent role for himself in this defense. And I think that he's another guy that he's a turn the page and start fresh. I think after how it ended in Indianapolis with the year-long suspension, I think he's definitely looking to prove himself.
Mm-hmm. Pete Nathan. One Big Fish Little Boat says Patrick Johnson. For me, I think we're talking about a guy who's in the back end to make it.
But if we're talking about dog, though, I mean that's a guy that continually year after year has made the roster, and like I mean, the cliche terms that they use in the draft process, but like he's a high motor guy. He's a guy that just doesn't stop going.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets out of the mud.
Mm-hmm.
Resident hater Pete Nathan, Britt Covey made
I've
the
seen
team.
Friday, Mark.
A cockroach.
That's
come on. First of all,
Pete.
that's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
First of all, he wasn't even dressed out in the last game. That should have told you right there, big on your forehead, that he was making it on. He earned it. He earned the spot. Pete, guys, put him in the bathroom. Put him in the bathroom.
When I see Britt and Covey, I'm gonna let him know that you. I was like, I'm gonna if I get an opportunity with Britt and Covey, I'm gonna say, I want you to say hi to your biggest hater. He's been shitting on your family name for the last 2 years. And we have told him on this podcast that he's going to make the team as a UDFA. Here we are later, 2 years later. You're still calling this cockroach is out here handing personal notes to every single guy on that special teams unit with starred notes of what to look at from tape study. Who does that? No one does that except for Britt and Covey.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely he has a role on this team for sure in the punt return. Obviously he has returned a lot of balls deep, still yet to take it to the house yet. Like if I were to set a line right now at 1.5 punt return touchdowns this year for Britt and Covey, going over or under?
I'm gonna give him one this year.
So you're going under.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Going under. I'm gonna say three trips with Philly sports trips. You're going on over under, Evan?
Probably under.
Oh,
multiple. Over.
Oh, over. Okay. Well, speaking of trips, Ev, why don't you set it off?
Yeah, man. So start out the year. We're going to be down in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. And what I keep on hearing, maybe anybody that's local to New Orleans can speak on it. I keep on hearing get a separate pair of shoes for Bourbon Street because they're going to get absolutely destroyed. Gail, you as a sneakerhead, I'm just letting you know that. They're saying that Bourbon Street, your shoes are going to get ruined.
Let me tell you, I already had a conversation about that today, but keep going.
Okay. So Bourbon Street, we're going to be out there having a grand old time. That takes off Friday, September 20th. We're also going to be traveling with Angelo Cataldi, so that's going to be fun. Down in Tampa the following weekend, that's going to be with Brian Dawkins. I mean, all-time Eagle. That's definitely one that you want to be there for. And not to mention, you're going to be in the Florida sun. Maybe go check out a beach or something like that. Vince always has a lot of things to do on those trips, so you'll be occupied. Going to New York, October 20th, almost a month later. That's always a big tailgate. And then we're going to be going to Cincinnati the following weekend. That's going to be traveling with Irving Fryer. That's on October 25th. Gail, take it.
Birds take over in Dallas with Jeremiah Trotter. Gets to see his son play. That's a great story. Birds take over in Los Angeles, which is going to be one of the most epic tailgates. LaShawn McCoy and Shady. LaShawn McCoy is Shady, and Deshaun Jackson will be in attendance. And then I say the Baltimore game will be one of our toughest battles of the year with the Ravens. And then the Birds take over Washington. That is a dirty, trash ass stadium. Evan?
Yeah, so back to Bourbon Street. So what were you were talking about that today?
I was talking about that. Shout out to Jesse Wines. I mean, stop whining. If you need graphics, stop whining. Hit up Jesse Wines. But also, we made a trade. We made a trade.
Wow.
We made a trade.
Adam Schefter didn't report this yet, so this is a 4th of Jawn exclusive.
Did not report this.
So I traded the Princess Dye jacket, Eagles jacket.
Wow.
For the Pine Green 4.
Let's get it.
Wow.
Welcome to the club.
Nice.
Welcome to the club.
Would you wear these? My question is, would you wear these to Brazil?
Yeah. Those are nice.
No.
No, you're not doing it?
No. No.
Why not?
No. No.
You only live once.
Okay.
Motherfuckers
All
be like, my bad swearing. Wear your shoes, bro. Wear your shoes. Wear your shoes.
I do wear my shoes. But if I know somewhere where it's gonna be the streets is gonna be a little dirty.
You need a pair of New Balances to borrow? Yeah. Got you though.
Yeah, he borrows for these.
Yeah. I traded the jacket. Actually, if anyone buys the
Princess Diana.
Princess Di jacket, that shit is so large. It's like you gotta size down 2 sizes.
Interesting.
I had a large jacket, it fit me like I was T-Boss.
So
Ev was like, "Who's T-Boss?"
I was just trying to laugh it off like I knew.
that's hilarious.
Trying not to get caught.
Yo.
So I did not win the trade.
Yeah, I think you won.
I think you won the trade.
Yeah, I think you won the trade. I mean, the Princess Diana jacket is dope. It's super dope, but bro, this I was sneaker of the year here.
Did you?
And, you know,
I realized how many jackets I had. Yeah, it was a problem.
yeah, you do have a lot of jackets.
I got enough.
You got some fly doing so.
Yeah, you don't have enough shoes though, for sure.
These are all factual. Shout out to Primo. He's on vacation this week. He's down to Jersey Shore enjoying himself.
Living it up.
He's living it up, living the dream. Any other guys out on the street that you feel like the Eagles should pick up? Anyone?
There were several wide receivers I saw that hit the market. First of all, while we're talking about wide receivers, I don't think we talked about Paris Campbell not making the team.
We kind of, as soon as Dotson made the team, we got
no, but we talked about how, like, you know, the idea of having some more depth. Like why I don't know.
I just think they feel like they've showed him who he is.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I was like, all right, well, you know, he's talked about like a lot of personal stuff, like going through mentally. I'm like, now he's cut from another team. That's like his 3rd team in like
2 years, right?
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's unfortunate, man. Like I said, I was cheering for him because, you know, I'm a father. I got 2 boys and a girl. So, you know, this is to see, like, he was coming out of practice, and the first thing he would do was FaceTime his son, and his son would ask him, "Hey, how did practice go? How did AJ Brown look?" So I was going for somebody like that. It just sucks that injuries have taken a toll on his body. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks. Yeah. I think for me is the nose tackle. You got somebody like Shakir Ikea, nose tackle for I think it was the Browns. He's on the streets. I would like another, because we don't really potentially have a 3rd guy. You know what I mean? So that was like he was the 3rd round pick. I want to say about a year ago. Big guy, 320, 330, somewhere in that range. I'm not gonna go crazy with the weights and stuff like that, but nose tackle I think is probably the one I'm like, all right, go ahead and look at that situation. Kick the tires.
I'm gonna start. I'll throw some names out here of some wide receivers. Does N'Keal Harry do anything for you?
Wide receiver. No, N'Keal Harry is a tight end.
I need
N'Keal Harry. I'm going. I would kick the tires on Noah Brown.
Yes.
If you look at this group,
right,
the traded wide receiver is Jahan Dotson. But think about size wise. Johnny Wilson, big guy, unproven yet. Outside of Britton Covey, you know, Dotson, Britton Covey, you know, inside outside versatility with Dotson, Britton Covey, slot guy, Noah Brown, who was in Kellen Moore offense.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Can you break down to me, like, what is your concern about the wide receiver position? You don't trust Wilson?
I say body types. You know,
body types. Just got you.
Like, Wilson already knows the Kellen Moore language.
And he's a rookie. I mean, you could only expect so much from a day 3 rookie in Wilson. I think that Britton Covey is really here as a punt returner, and I think that Jahan Dotson. I mean, it's more or less just a depth thing. I mean, I know that we talk about if anything were to happen to AJ or Devontae.
Sure.
What would happen? Then what happens at wide receiver 3 spot? I mean, I'm just kind of looking at it from a depth perspective, considering that was just a real pain point last year.
Gotcha. I got one more name for you. What do you think about? Isaiah Hodges from the Giants,
wide receiver.
Yeah,
Actually, he was with Virginia Tech. Was it Virginia Tech?
I think of it. Yeah. Would you?
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just thinking language wise.
I'm also kind of thinking like think about the Giants wide receiver core. Like if you can't make that squad, what does that say?
Well, I will say this. I mean, they're going with their young guys, and in that playoff game against Minnesota, he had like 100, like $110.
Yeah,
he was probably like the main guy on that offense as a wide receiver.
Right.
There was another wide receiver that got cut today too. Peoples Jones. He got cut as well.
I didn't know
Jones got cut.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, so he's actually someone too. Also, I don't know. I do like Frank Gore Jr. I like him. I'm not saying the Eagles should go get him. I'm just saying, like, I hope he gets another chance. James Robinson as well.
It's dirty. Why were you?
Why you just go hold this? I give up.
Hey, Mark Bird.
That one was fire.
You got that one right.
His dad did us dirty. We don't want him.
No, it's over. You like it skips a generation.
That's what
I think we should sign his son and then cut his son on Frank Gore's birthday.
We are supposed to be positive and good people, and you over here just deboing people, bro. Damn.
Drew says I like Dotson and excited he's with the squad, but his blocking is suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jay says Jahan is needed. Do y'all remember when AJ and Devontae was out? That kind of shit. Shout out to Jay, by the way. This guy is a collector of all collectors. If you need something, this guy got it. But that keeps me up at night. Just this thought of what is behind AJ and Devontae.
That's exactly my concern about why I kind of want that other wide receiver here. I mean, we ended up, and think about we went through that last year on the defensive side of the ball too. Remember when both Slay and Bradbury end up going down on the same series? We were scrambling, and obviously that's something that any team is going to struggle with if you lose your top 2 cornerbacks. But how we went and got the depth this year. So now if our guys were to go down, it's not that far of a drop off in the cornerback position. Wide receiver after AJ and Devontae, it gets a little bit thinner.
Yo, did Donovan People-Jones get cut?
Yeah,
that's what he was just saying.
You're saying that?
Yeah.
I must was off.
I think he got off. I think he got off for a second.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because he's with the Lions.
Was he with the Browns? Or he
no,
left
the Browns.
Lions.
Yeah. Oh, was he?
No, he's.
Did he get traded to the Lions?
Browns and the Lions. Yeah, it was like the Browns and the Lions.
Elena, shots fired. Says, "Wow, Pete got something positive to say."
People-Jones is good, bro. I think he will.
Shout out to Marissa in the chat as well, and Mark Bird. This must mean he needs to buy merch himself. Mark's got a problem. There's a lot of you Eagle fans in the chat who text me merch stuff all day long, and I appreciate it. But it is taking over my life. We're trying to turn over new leaves.
I didn't realize Ernest Jones ended up getting traded today.
Yeah, to the Titans.
Yeah, to the Titans.
Yeah, I think he wants a new contract.
Bro, he would have been nice. Ooh. He's a tone setter. That's a tone setter right there.
We did an interview with Ernest Jones on our Talk the Prospect. Obviously, we should be working as scouts for the Eagles.
Facts.
Let's see. Rack Shack is putting his foot down for Noah Brown. I'm with you.
I'm with you, Rack Shack. I'm with you.
We all here. We all want. I think we all want Noah Brown here.
Yeah,
he makes sense. He just makes sense.
Well, yeah, that's a tough 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 1, 2, 3 punch with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and now Dotson. That's pretty good. CB1, CB2, the CB3. What teams have that kind of depth to cover that kind of talent?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Deion Jones do anything for you guys as linebacker depth?
Linebacker.
Yeah. I mean, he's a guy. He's 29 at this point. He's going to be
if he's older than Evan.
Yo,
but I don't know, man. He's kind of
that's funny.
He's kept himself involved in the game. The past 2 years he's had a little bit of a drop off. Not really starting anymore. But as far as like a rotational piece on this linebacker core, like I don't know.
I got you, but like what I wouldn't want him here to take snaps away from our young guys. Like I wouldn't want him taking snaps away from Trotter Jr. Hunt. So I don't know. I guess he'll be a good person to get if we had an injury. You know what I mean? Not gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of injuries, Todd, I don't know if you saw that Lewisine had a compound fracture. He literally snapped his leg.
I have a question though for you both. Who surprised you that made the team?
Biggest surprise?
Mm-hmm. Who surprised you?
I'm gonna say maybe. I mean, he showed off a decent amount, but Eli Ricks I think was kind of the one for me. I think that our cornerback group, like we've been talking about, we anticipated having 9 guys between the corners and safeties, and we have 11. And so them going heavy there kind of just makes me think that they're stowing them away so that they could trade them.
Gotcha. What about you? Yeah.
My biggest surprise.
I'm sorry. I jumped in.
I was gonna say I was surprised that made it or got cut.
Who made it? And then we'll do cut.
Biggest surprise that made it, I'd say, even though he made the team and we thought he was gonna make the team, was now I'm not gonna say him. Biggest surprise. I say Kennard.
Okay.
I was like, are they gonna go with the old thing in Toth?
Yeah, I got you. He played a lot, so it just seemed like they liked him.
Because I think how many years of seeing what Toth can do, like, can we find something new?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Mine was Tristan McCullum. I was surprised.
Interesting.
That's surprising, and he played good. He showed out. He played well.
Last one.
Yeah. But he was my big. He's my surprise. I was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What was your biggest surprise not making the team though?
I think honestly, it's Dylan McMahon. I mean, we talked about in the beginning of the show just about how. I mean, we kind of talked about the idea of moving Landon Dickerson to center if that would happen. That's the last thing I'd want to see, man. I mean, he was a I'm not sure, was he all pro or Pro Bowl last year as a left guard? That's exactly where I want to keep him, man. Right. And so having somebody behind Cam Jurgens would be nice. I felt like Dylan McMahon could have been that guy, but yeah, that's kind of the bigger surprise for me.
Pete's biggest surprise was McCollum. Let's see. Mark says there's no real surprises except only 2 tight ends. I'm kind of surprised that who got cut. I'd say the McMahon thing, you know, as a draft pick. It's not like he was like back like 7th. I thought because he had some flashes. So if they feel like they could I don't think he's going to make it off a practice squad.
Yeah,
I don't think he's. I think someone's going to claim him.
I can see that
I
happening.
think so too. Yeah.
Now Todd says his Ben Van Sumeren, somewhat of a surprise on the 53, but he did fly around. If you all the beats were highly juiced up when they talked about Van Sumeren and his ability on special teams. They said he was one of the best linebackers on special teams. He did fly around, so
Reminds me of Brian Brayman, honestly. You remember that thing?
Yeah, I remember Brian Raymond. I remember that. I have one more. Tim Patrick.
Yeah.
Tim Patrick
Denver.
will be dope.
He's fast as hell, isn't he?
Yeah, I know
Right,
he had an
yeah,
ACL
correct.
injury
Yeah.
last year. I think he had an ACL injury, but I would love to kick the tires with Tim Patrick. But he was the Broncos wide receiver core a few years ago.
Pete talking about how he's cut draft picks day before. I remember Prince Tega want to go right out of here.
one hoagie. That's what I used to call him.
And then Blake Countess.
Bro,
Blake
Blake Countess.
Michigan.
Huh?
You remember Blake Countess where he played for the Rams and he played for us and he was like a special team ace. He was like blocking kicks and stuff like that. Oh, he was a good special team ace.
I guess McCollum is a good special teams player too. I think. I mean, he showed his athleticism. I mean, Vince makes his point.
Yeah, EJ
Jenkins should have made the 53. He's a guy that he could potentially be on the practice squad if they can get him there. I forgot I was going to bring that. Someone else mentioned about Kadarius Toney, the SoundCloud rapper that I warned the Giants about drafting. I said, you are going to regret it. And that SoundCloud rapper did not disappoint.
That was a knee-jerk reaction after we got Smitty, though, wasn't it?
When they yes.
I believe so.
They waited.
Yeah.
And got a SoundCloud rapper. And I said, with gun charges? and then I was like, during that draft, we went and watched the video. And I said, these are red flags, okay? And they didn't listen. What did they drafted that cornerback out of Georgia? And they didn't listen.
Yep.
Right.
They drafted Danny Dimes. They
paid Danny Dimes over Saquon Barkley.
And they drafted
didn't listen.
Saquon Barkley so high and didn't listen because you didn't have the line for him. We should be GMs.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the crazy part, though? I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know the crazy part? Kadarius Toney has like 2 rings.
That is crazy.
That's crazy talk.
Juju Smith-Schuster having rings is pathetic.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney he's the longest kick return in football Super Bowl history.
That's funny.
Sick.
He's like, y'all talking down on me, call me a SoundCloud rapper. I got 2 Super Bowl rings. You can't tell me nothing.
My man said, I ain't got no eyebrows, but I got 2 Super Bowls.
Got a point, man. Got a point.
They picked Evan Neal over Sauce Gardner. See? Didn't listen.
Todd talks about wanting to trade for Tyler Huntley. I mean, we talked about how Tanner McKee looked bad. Why trade for Tyler Huntley? I mean, do we need that good of a QB3?
The thing is, like, not that they would do it, but like, I feel like Tyler Huntley would give you a better option
than Tanner McKee.
No, not McKee.
Then Kenny Pickett.
That Pickett's going to be a project. We're talking 3rd round. You give up a 3rd round.
You would give up a 3rd round to get Tyler Huntley here?
No, we gave up a 3rd round.
Oh, yeah.
But didn't Tyler Huntley get cut?
No.
Or did I read that wrong?
No, he hasn't got cut.
I don't think so.
He's on the trade block. That's all. Him and Jenkins was.
I mean, if you're looking at a skill set that's similar to Jalen.
Pete from the top rope. Back in the 2021 draft, it was between Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn, who Gail liked, by the way.
They like
Caleb Farley. Now he got cut. I think JC Horn is good. He's just had injury problems.
Yeah, injury. Caleb Farley was injury. His red flags were out through the roof.
Yeah. Sucks for him, bro. Like he lost both of his parents his first year, his rookie year. He had a lot going on,
man. Mark saying with his chest. Warren says, I might have missed it, but are you fellas going to Brazil? I am currently packing my bags right now for Brazil. Also, one of you guys are gonna have to tape it, but your boy's gonna be getting interviewed by NBC 10.
Oh,
on Friday at the airport. So it's gonna be an interview at the airport talking about the. I'm not even sure. I didn't even look at it. I'm stupid like that, but yeah, I'm excited. If anyone is going down to Brazil, let us know, because I'd love to link up with you guys. I'm trying to get one of the Brazilian Eagles podcast guys to jump on.
Most importantly, what's the plan with Sage? She gonna be all right?
My brother. Shout out to my brother.
All right, cool.
I was about to say, Dwayne.
Cat uncle, best cat uncle ever.
D was gonna watch you.
Bro, our cat has asthma.
Asthma? You got to get an inhaler?
Yeah. Have you ever seen
what?
It's the.
You have an inhaler?
Yeah.
What?
Like, how do you put it on?
What? Have you ever seen a cat have an asthma attack? I was like, you hear choking in the next room, and then you got to get the.
Are you sure it's not a hairball, bro?
Nah, bro.
That's wild, man.
That's wild. How do you like use like a tiny inhaler and it's just
yeah, a human one. It's got a thing, you put it over their mouth and you pump it and they have to inhale like 10 times. It's
jeez.
Sure stuff.
Only Gail would end up with a cat who has asthma.
I'm like, wow. Yes, we'll be doing a live stream from Brazil. If my internet works.
Yeah. Have you looked
what's
into
the time difference?
Have you looked into phone SIM cards at all? You are aware that like T-Mobile, Verizon, that's not a worldwide thing. That's a United States thing.
Your boy already handled that. We have international flair going on.
Love it.
We have connection. I can call you from my phone.
Oh, this guy.
What about
Mr. Worldwide over here?
What's the time difference though? What's the time difference?
No time difference.
No
like
time
directly
difference. Okay.
below us. Yeah.
There will be a podcast next week.
Okay.
Nice.
Tuesday.
I was wondering. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have a podcast next week.
I think so. See, we already gave Dwayne a class on
asthma for cats.
Yeah.
Wild. That's wild.
Will says he's allergic to cats. Bob from Down Under says cat AIDS is a thing.
My cat has it. My cat's got FIV.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Dude, I was going to the shelter.
What?
Hold
on, time out. Hold on.
Cat AIDS.
I gotta gather myself right now because like I'm learning so much.
Yeah, I want you all to be wearing your fucking ribbons for FIV positivity for awareness. Yeah, no, but it can't be transferred to people. And then on top of that, when I went to go and adopt her, they said that she don't need medication for it. It's just like if she were to get sick, she has a deficient immune system, so it wouldn't be good. But it's not transferable to anything but cats.
Okay.
You know?
All right. My bad. I don't mean to sound ignorant. I'm sorry. I just didn't. Wow. I learned. You learn something every day. Wow.
Hey, Alana is the best cat ever. Yeah. My tears are flowing.
I'm just like, yeah, bro.
Now, I mean, it's crazy the fact that this topic is crazy that we just talked about, but the fact that we're close to being having some real Eagles football. The other question is for you folks out there: are you guys going to download the Peacock to watch the
I already
game?
paid for it.
I
Frugal
don't.
Gang?
Frugal Gang don't do that, bro. Frugal Gang finds a free link somewhere.
Frugal Gang don't do that.
Frugal Gang don't pay.
There's a possible opportunity for you and Primo, if I actually didn't get a chance to talk to you about it,
Oh yeah.
to do a watch party at another spot.
Oh.
Okay.
So
For you and Primo, if you got, and for Lowski, if he accepted the opportunity. But I know that there will be a watch party at the link as well for those that are going to go. That'll be interesting. There's going to be a lot of watch parties. West Coast, if you're out on the West Coast Swoop Nation will be doing a watch party in San Diego. So there's going to be watch parties everywhere. So shout out to all the pets that have ailments. Carl is saying his dog has seizures.
I get that one. Yeah.
But you don't get cats with asthma? Hater.
No.
AIDS.
I don't.
Hater. Someone's going to tune over a pod at that and be like, yo, your cat has
What is this about?
And your cat has these.
It just blew my mind, bro. That's crazy. That blew my mind.
Yeah. At least we got some laughs today, man. Other than that, I just want to give a shout out to all the people that are helping these tailgates get moving. Bud Light, shout out to Bud Light, who'll be holding on the tailgates. They've done it for years at our tailgate. If you've never been to a tailgate, it is free Bud Light until it lasts. Free Red Bull until it lasts.
Free Conchi tomato pies.
Free Conchi, Italian bakery tomato pies until it lasts.
Free cheesesteaks as long as it lasts.
Until Evan says no.
Until I got no meat.
Until Evan says no.
we have free entertainment, Lowski entertainment. That's not free for me, but it's free for you until it lasts. So you're rolling up to an event. The next one will be at the link. I mean,
that was mad funny.
It'll be amazing vibes. I think the opener tailgate, which will be week 2 versus the Falcons, it'll be amazing. A lot of stuff going on.
For sure.
But before we get out, any things you need to get off your chest? Any say what your chest takes, something bothering you that you need to tell everyone about?
Nothing that it's gonna make me sound not ranty. I got nothing.
No, I ain't got nothing today.
Nothing today?
Mm-mm.
How about your cousin coming with? Don't forget the banana pudding, free till it lasts.
That's true.
Shout out to my cousin Jordan. But guys, let's not. This is fun, but like I said, man, it's probably not fun for the guys that got cut. And they got to go to different states, cities, and bring their girlfriends, wives, all that, whatever. So, but yeah, we're being respectful. That's all I want to put. I did yes, I did. That was actually, I didn't know anything about ass with cats and then AIDS. That was,
I did see a post where someone was saying that like a lot of these players are going through it, trying to figure out what their next, that opportunity that Ev, we were watching the game with Matt Pryor's family. That was the weirdest thing to see because, like, obviously, we on a podcast we talk about the players' process, but we were actually sitting with Matt Pryor's family, and they were the way that they were watching. Like everyone else, it's the fourth quarter. Everyone's watching the game and like enjoying themselves. We're sitting here eating ice cream, just vibing, right? And then they're sitting there watching every block, missed block, and being like, "Yo, where are we moving?" And then it was funny how random it was. We got to then we got intel from someone I know down there about Matt Pryor being traded, and then I relayed that message to the Pryor family, like, "Yo, you're about to be with the Colts," and they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Really?" And these are those small moments where you just like, it's not just guys getting cut or traded, like they have to get up and move. Their whole life got rearranged. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's part of the beast. But, again, shout out to all those players who gave us something.
No, for sure. And I mean, Matt Pryor, is he still playing for the Colts? Or no, he's with the Bears.
He plays for the Bears.
Yeah, shout out to the Pryor family.
He's still doing his thing, bro. He's
still making money.
6'7", 332. Damn.
Big dude, man. That's a big dude.
Big man.
Shout out to my boy Elijah Qualls. Shout out to my boy. Talked to him about a month ago. He's doing good. He's all right. He's coaching, getting into coaching.
Nice.
As a Super Bowl ring. After that, I think he ended up going with Seattle or something like that. So he's still in shape, still trying to do his thing. So shout out to Elijah Qualls.
Pete asks, is the Deshaun Jackson, Sean McCoy thing, is that a tailgate? It's not locked in yet. It could be a tailgate. It could be the pep rally out in LA, but they will be with the crew for 2 hours. That's what I've heard. Mercer says, yes, it's hard league for all the players who don't make the cut. What is your most painful Eagles release outside of Brian Dawkins?
Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson was hard.
Oh, yeah. That was tough.
That was hard. That was tough because I was really messed up too. They threw dirt on his name and then let him go. And then he went to Washington. He hanging out with Wale and out in the club in Chocolate City, and then signs with him, and then he gets a touchdown. He does a bird dance and kicks it. I was like, damn, that one hurt.
Yeah, no, I think Djax is mine as well. Djax was one of my all-time favorites, man. He just had so much swag, and then we missed out on the rest of the prime of his career. We got a little bit of it, but I mean, he was really. We traded him, we released him in his prime.
Red Zone says Trotter and Djax. Trotter was and then Trotter went to Washington as well.
Washington, yeah.
Jenkins, I still couldn't believe we didn't bring him back.
Yeah. He wanted too much money.
Yeah.
Which he was worth it because people always see the defensive side of what Jenkins did. They didn't see what he did on special teams. He's a special team ace too.
Oh, then in the locker room.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that too. We suffered.
What about Hassan Reddick? Honestly,
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see this.
I mean,
It did.
Yeah.
We had a heartfelt episode that one.
True. We did. Yeah, it was kind of.
I do think. I mean, you look around the league at guys that like obviously CeeDee Lamb just got paid monstrous deal. I mean, he was holding out to get his money. I'm a big believer that you sign the contract, you should just go out there and play, man. But at the end of the day, he is severely under market right now.
You talking about
Hassan Reddick, not CeeDee Lamb, who just signed for $34 million.
So do you feel like Hassan should just play because he's on a contract?
The principle of how I usually feel is yes for that, but I also what I'm saying is that he's severely under what he should be making.
Like, because I mean, there's that situation where like the Eagles were not even allowing him to play on that contract in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So like the people that were like, he was not going to. The Eagles didn't want him to play on that contract.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it is what it is. I just leave it. That's the nature of the beast. It's the business. Yeah. Like it is what it is. Like it is. Carl says the Shady McCoy trade.
Oh, yeah, that one hurt.
Tim cried.
That one. Oh, damn near did, bro. It was like my dog died.
Freaking Kiko Alonso, bro.
For Kiko Alonso, bro, that was such a whack trade. I remember my wife took me to Applebee's and I got drunk at Applebee's. I got drunk at Applebee's. You know how stingy they are when they be putting in alcohol in them drinks? I got drunk. I called out of work, bro. That's how mad I was.
And then we got that smelly cockroach DeMarco Murray to replace him. And we're sitting there convincing ourselves that, all right, well, we got DeMarco Murray back.
We're like, oh, we got DeMarco Murray and Ryan Matthews and Darren Sproles. They're calling it the trifecta or something like that. It was a wild time, bro. What a wild time to be.
Ryan Matthews, he stunk, man.
Mark Bird said, letting Randall go. Shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT. Found this in the closet today.
Randall was my man, though. That was my guy. McNabb was kind of weird. That was like a weird situation when we got rid of him. That was weird. And then we got Kevin Cobb and then Michael Vick. It was such a weird time. That was weird.
Shout out to Chase for actually also for joining us on the last live watch party. Shout out to and Brack Shack. This Chase says this may be outside the box, but Sean Barber hurt me when I was young.
Sean Barber, wow,
that's a pull. I thought you were gonna say Sean Bradley.
Reggie White.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, Reggie White. They didn't even. His wife said they didn't even offer.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You didn't even offer Reggie White.
You know who really hurt me though? Eric Allen when I was a kid. Like I was like heartbroken when Eric Allen went to, I think it was the Raiders, right? Or the Saints. One of the two. I think it was. I'm not sure which one came for.
Pete Nathan was a good one. I mean, Raheem Mostert was a guy that we like. He was on our squad, man. He was returning the ball really well. I remember he had a great preseason, and we just let him go. Another guy, you remember LJ Fort ended up doing all right.
Ravens.
Wow.
Ravens,
yeah.
And then I'll throw another one out there from that went to the same division. Andrew Villanueva, who ends up switching to the other side of the ball and having a good career for him.
He had a great career. Yeah, he was another one.
He was a wide receiver in the Army.
Crazy, man.
A wide receiver.
Ends up becoming an offensive tackle.
He was like a Dennis Kelly.
Yeah.
We gave him up for Doran Green Beckham. It was a Doran Green Beckham.
Dorial Green Beckham, yeah.
That was terrible.
Landon says Nick Foles when he left killed me, honestly. 843
Really?
Philly fan goes with Jeremy Maclin and Shady.
Evan Mathis, back in the day.
Oh, Evan Mathis was a good.
Did he go to the Saints after that?
Broncos, I think.
I thought it was the Broncos.
And they won a Super Bowl with the Broncos.
He won a Super Bowl. Remember? He won a Super Bowl with the Broncos. Super Bowl 50.
Yep.
Pete Nathan, the resident cheapskate, says, "Damn, $675 for the Rams game.
That's a lot of money. I ain't no cheapskate, bro.
I was trying to set Evan up to see if he speaks some frugal stuff.
That is a lot of money, though,
It's
bro.
worth it because you get the tickets to the game, tailgate meetup with D Jax and Shady.
It's true.
He could sign your bald head. How about that?
Go there.
It's all good. It's part of the click.
Friendly fire.
The other thing I was gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. I had this conversation today. Ticket prices this year,
Ridiculous.
lock in, because if you're trying to go to a home game, it's more frugal gang to go outside of the region. If these ticket prices are crazy, like
it's
nosebleeds.
absolutely absurd just to get into the building, man. Yeah, and that's why, as the head president of Frugal Gang Nation, one of the things that we like to do is we don't even expect the fact that we're going to buy any tickets, and then there's no letdown. It's like I was already not going to buy tickets because I already knew it was going to be out of my price range. It's great. That's the privilege of Frugal Gang.
And for the first time ever, I was like, I'm planning on like figuring out, is it just going to be a tailgate this year? For me,
that's what I've been doing. I know that this might sound sacrilege. I love watching the game from home, man. I love being in my own environment. Obviously nothing could beat the atmosphere of being inside the stadium, but when you factor in what the prices have become, watching from home ain't bad.
I like watching it from home myself. But sometimes it's all about being in the atmosphere. The atmosphere
For
just
sure. The atmosphere is unmatched. Yeah.
But $450 for an atmosphere ticket is crazy.
Yeah. And then if you're bringing a family, like how you supposed to bring a family of 4, bro?
That's me, bro.
I'm talking about $1,000 just to get
that's
out
me,
there.
man. That's me every time I come home, and my daughter wants to go back home. My daughter loves family, loves seeing you guys, Uncle Ed, Uncle Gail.
Yeah.
And it costs me about close to a grand, bro.
That's all right, man. She's gonna be going to the cheerleading.
Man,
Olympics,
I can't
bro.
wait.
She's gonna
bro.
be carrying you, bro.
Facts.
Oh God, the average ticket price at the link is $450.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy.
I spoke to Perk in the chat. He said that he's just gonna pull out all stops for the first game of the season, and then figure it out. But yeah, I definitely parking could be interesting.
Is Chris Nady doing another year of every game?
I don't know how. I don't know. Yeah, I think he is. There's options. Like if you go to Xfinity, it's going to be bonkers to get in Xfinity. With the way this team is going to be playing, Xfinity is going to bonkers. I actually went to Live Casino last year for the Dallas Eagles game, and I actually did. And I actually did. Mine was actually nice.
What, at Xfinity? Yeah.
That's right.
No,
right.
Live Casino went.
Yeah, he went there live because we separated. I remember he was already out there. I was like, and he's like, no, I didn't go in. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, and he said, Gail's like, it was low key nice. I was like, damn.
Yeah, down at like the sports book area. Is that where you were at?
Yeah, because I spent like almost $400 for a ticket, bro.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you get in the stadium and then you get like, there'll be some jackass who's standing up, who's on the opposite. He's part of the ops, and you're like, I paid too much for these tickets for you to affect my game, and I'm not trying to fight you here. Shout out to Further AM, Mr. Stranger in the building. Hopefully you're doing well. So hope everyone's having most excellent day. Go Birds. He's a big Beavis and Butthead fan, by the way. Number one.
What happened to his old? He changed it.
Number one.
Wasn't he from out in like Cleveland? Where was he out there surfing?
Was it Virginia?
Oh, Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
Okay.
Or it's close. Down south. I know down south. Yeah.
Todd, you are absolutely right, bro.
Playoff tickets will probably be. Oh man, I'm getting hurt. I'm in my feels already.
I'm not going to them. I'm not doing any playoff. I'm already telling you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that I usually go to like one a year. I am not going to any playoff games. Like I'm good. Tap out.
So Lenny asks, so with the idea of Hurts not being able to handle the blitz and new coordinators, do y'all believe he will have a better season? And someone was just like, with the loss of Jason Kelce, blah, 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 will they be able to handle the blitz, blah, blah. And then this one Eagle fan quote tweeted and said, didn't they have problems handling the blitz with Jason Kelce here? But my thing is, like, I think you're going to have a better plan in place for Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe he knows. He knows exactly how they're trying to attack. You know, if Wink Martindale told him everything he needed to tell him. He's like, we don't need that negativity.
He came out of left field with that one.
Further AM says,
he's
it's my Twitch account. I'm from Huntington Beach, California. Now live in VA Beach. See, I was right.
Okay.
It's very interesting. Mercer says, live here is crazy. Dallas, you leave. They're wanting to fight. Bro, I was surrounded by me and Prime were surrounded. That was the most defeated I've ever felt leaving the stadium.
Do you think that the Eagles feel like they can price this way based off of the fact? I mean, you look at and maybe I'm just living in like a little box here and just see it from our lens, but you look across the league at the best traveling fans. I think that we got to be up there minimum top
Yes.
3, man.
Oh,
And so, like,
okay.
you look at if this team is looking at, like, dude, they're willing to drop the money to go travel to the Chris Nadies of the world. Are willing to drop the money to go travel all over. Does it even matter what we kind of list the prices at home, because they'll pay it?
They will pay. Well, my thing is buy tickets last minute before the game starts. Do not buy them. Do not buy your tickets months in advance.
Yeah.
You spend more money.
It's the dumbest thing you could do. But
Bro.
people are just like, I need to get my tickets. But I'm just saying, you will save hundreds of dollars if you wait.
Yeah, people are going to panic to get rid of it.
Newsflash: former Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick is expected to sign with the Detroit Lions. Practice squad.
So he must not be 100% coming off the injury, the ACL injury.
Yeah, it's possible.
That was like, yeah, give me Noah Brown. I don't care. I'm with you though, Gail. I usually wait until before the game, but my wife is not. My wife is a Patty planner. So
I mean, that's a lot of people that are like, I'm going all the way over there. I'm not going to get to, bro. You're going to get tickets. You just have to wait and make sure you have good internet Wi-Fi.
Right.
So.
But if you're big, if you are doing bigger groups, to be fair, like, you're not going to guarantee you're going to be able to get 4 tickets.
That's true.
Well, it's easier to get 4 tickets than 3 tickets.
Is it?
It's always it's always easy to get 4 tickets. Yeah, okay. Like, because right now, like, it was kind of hard for me to get. We're getting 6 tickets because it's the 305. No, we got 6. I'm sorry, we got 6. My mom and my sister and my daughter and my wife, and it was like we couldn't find tickets. Now my wife found tickets for all of us for $109 each.
Nice.
Where?
SeatGeek.
Where? Which?
Oh, New Orleans. I'm sorry,
in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans. Not in Philly yet.
If you go to a stadium where you know the teams are going to get smoked, all those people are selling those tickets.
Yeah, for sure.
Those Giants tickets, I think we got end zone area for like $65.
Yeah. I think we bought ours for like the same price.
Maybe we could go to New York this year without it raining. That'd be cool.
No, it was snowing. What are you talking about?
Snow, rain.
It was snow. Bro. Oh my God, bro! My daughter. Shout out to my daughter. She was a trooper that day.
Shout out to people that stand in the rain, travel with the squad. You know what I'm saying? Lenny says 1, 2, 3. What's your educated guess of our regular season record? I'll say 12-5. 13-4.
I say 12-5.
12-5.
And we have to lose some because we sit our players.
We have because we sit our players, and I mean, we're gonna give up a game this year that's to a team that we're not supposed to lose to. We do it every year.
I mean, as long as you're enjoying the tailgate with my guy Alex, makes the best pulled pork.
Yes, sir.
Chef's kiss. If you don't know about this guy and his pulled pork, you haven't lived. Perk is speaking to existence now, 17-0. I like it. I like it.
For
sure.
I like it.
Make it 20,
I like it. But once again, shout out to Primo on his vacation. Hopefully he's having a great time with his family. And shout out to everyone who's taking those vacations. But Tim, what is your last word before we get out of here?
Yeah, last word. Definitely want to send a birthday shout out to both of my kids, 19 years apart and with the same damn birthday. Don't know how I did it, but I did it. Shout out happy birthday to my boy Trey. Love you. Happy birthday to my baby girl. I love you to death. Both of you guys are amazing kids. August 31st. So having a big party at the house.
Nice.
A lot of screaming kids, and then I'm gonna miss 2 of my drafts. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy dad this weekend. So.
Oh well.
But yeah, man, let's
happy
go
birthday
Birds,
to them.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Last word, Ev.
Yeah, man. I mean, Gail, next time we have the show, you are going to be international, Mr. Worldwide. So looking forward to hearing about your experiences in Brazil. Looking forward to the start of this Eagles season. I mean, the weather is right. The Eagles are looking right as well. So I'm excited, man. The season's finally upon us. No more preseason games. We got our roster set. Let's ride.
Last word. I'm definitely gonna be I'm gonna try to do some kind of content while I'm down there. I know a lot of people are gonna want to see what it's like down there in Brazil. I've been watching the videos on YouTube. I'm trying to find the dope spots to go to. Hopefully, the internet works well down there. But I'm just excited to be. Again, these Eagles are gonna get me through this flight. My girl's gonna get me through this flight. The Eagle fans on that trip are gonna get me through this fight. Let's not have a lot of chance.
Saquon Barkley going to run for 200 yards, and you're going
Let's
to
not have
watch it in person.
chance.
Yeah,
Let's not have a whole chance. It's funny as hell, bro.
My last word. First,
That's an 8-hour flight, bro.
you can wear green. That's the Brazilians have already told me this that is all fake. So you'll be all right.
How long is your flight?
I don't even know.
8 hours, man.
I didn't even want to. I don't even want to.
Ed, what did you just say?
I'm pretty sure it's 8 hours, and
It's 4 hours. It's 3 hours to Miami, and then another flight from Miami.
Gail's going to hear over between the two flights. Going to be hearing over 30 Eagles chants.
This is not a hot take. This is like, I love the Eagles. The Eagles chant on an airplane at 50, over 50. By the time you get there, it's the worst thing. It's the worst thing ever.
Yo, I ain't gonna even front. I'm not gonna front. When I picked y'all up from the hotel when y'all came to Arizona, funniest shit ever. All three of y'all just looked just like, I gotta get away from these people. Like,
did you guys see the video I posted when we went to Arizona, and the Eagle fans took over the mic on our plane, so we heard that thing about 70 times
on the flight out to Arizona. Yeah. That poor flight attendant just against her will.
Imagine that.
70 times. 70 times.
Imagine that.
Bro, they looked
10 hours.
They looked like it was man, if I could describe to you like how these three looked, it was so funny, bro. It was so funny.
Yeah, the she was a trooper, but she was over it. She was over it.
I bet.
Over it. Good times. Good times, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat. We will see you guys soon. As always, it's Fly Eagles Fly, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.